what made you kind of continue to do this? I'm sure the beginning was not an aha moment already. It was trial and error, but then you continued now that you have 20 books already. So what was the thing that made you continue?
Yeah, in the beginning it was really hard because I hadn't finished my studies in Laurea, and I was still living with my parents' place because after doing my internship in China, 2017, I moved to my parents' place, and I was a bit stuck there because I was not making enough money to move on my own because I had my own businesses and they didn't generate enough money. So I'm talking about my first business. But so when I created this notebook, it was early 2019, and I didn't have much sales because I didn't have much energy to market and sell it enough. I had a few Facebook campaigns, and I had like, the income was really small. It was about like 20 to 50 euros per month. But so after 1 year of the creation of the first product, I created the second one, and I left almost immediately to Sri Lanka after publishing the Chinese notebook. I went there to walk across Sri Lanka. So, and I had a couple of Facebook campaigns, but I still wasn't doing this 100%. But in the end of my walk in Sri Lanka, the Corona hit Sri Lanka, and I just made it in time to my goal in the southernmost point of Sri Lanka. And that actually, 1 week before reaching my goal, I started thinking what to do.
Yes.
Because I saw that the situation in the whole world is getting worse. So that's when I decided that I will return to Finland and create the 2020 25 notebooks. That was my goal. Well, I reached 20, so that was enough. Yeah. And yeah, I returned to Finland and started working every day. And yeah, in the end of the year, I had 20, and my sales numbers grew a lot, and I saw that they generated enough income that I could move away from my parents' place and start living as a digital nomad. And now I'm creating new versions, and also having some Facebook campaigns and creating marketing material about my notebooks to grow this brand. And actually, I'm also I use my own notebooks every day, because initially I created them for myself. So I use them myself, and now I also find some small mistakes or corrections, or I realize what kind of words I need to add. So the new versions will be really much better, and I'm also focusing now to create the reverse notebooks about the first 20. That means if I have English to Finnish, Swedish, so I will now just reverse the content and have, instead of English to Finnish, Finnish to English. So I will need to change the cover, because now it's ultimate Finnish notebook. It will be Suomi-Englanti kirja.
For example.
There's not much work. I just need to switch the content, the order, how they are, and the cover.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because the system is the same for all of your books.
Yeah.
And that's the bright way to do the kind of scaling the production of your books. And
it's really scalable product. And I wanted to create something which is scalable. And this kind of product didn't exist, like one notebook where you can gather up to 6,000 words. Like 6,000 comes from, like, I counted that now the left pages have almost 3,100 words, and all the right pages are empty, and in the end of the books there are some spreads that are completely empty. So I mean, theoretically you can add half more. So that's why where the 5,000 to 6,000 words estimate comes from.
That's right.
And like typically textbooks and other language learning books, you have to cooperate with a lot of experts, and it's so hard work. But this is having the summary, the overview about the grammar and the summary of the most important vocabulary, and you use this together with other resources. So when you learn stuff that's relevant for you, you will write it on the empty page, and after filling the whole notebook you will have 5,000 to 6,000 words and phrases that are relevant specifically for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. And I know that you are in Amazon. Where else can people find you, for example?
Oh yeah, I actually have to mention about the platform I'm using.
That's right.
So when I started doing this notebook, I had no idea, like during the 5-week period when I was rigorously doing 10 hours a day of work with this notebook, I had still, after 2 or 3 weeks, I had no idea where to publish, and I thought I would need a publisher.
That's right.
But I was Googling after maybe 2 or 3 weeks after starting the work, when I arrived from Canary Islands, and I found, like, I was Googling self-publishing companies, and I found this German one, Books on Demand, and I was a bit Googling their information, and on their website it says that, like, they had all the information that you just need to download the PDF. You have to submit all the information through their like forms. They have like a lot of forms that you have to fill, where you have to write the description text that they will put on Books on Demand's online shop, and actually through Books on Demand it goes automatically to Amazon, to Suomalainen Kirjakauppa, to Prisma, to I actually heard it's also on Walmart's
Fantastic.
online shops, and so through Books on Demand it goes to so many places. I have even no idea where it's available for people. Yeah, but
so it's splashing around.
Yeah, and Books on Demand makes it really easy for me, because I don't need to do anything with the ordering and sending the notebooks. I don't need to have a warehouse. I don't need to have people who send them or send myself, because my sister had a company through which she was sending some, like, clothes she made, manufactured, but she told that it's really horrible to be like doing that, dealing with the orders and sending the packages. So
definitely the inventories.
Yeah. So when someone buys my notebooks through any of the online shops where it's available, they print it and then they send it.
I see. So directly from the Book on Demand. Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't have any inventory in advance. Like
Yeah.
traditional publishers, I think they print maybe 1,000 books, and then they are somewhere in the warehouse. But books on demand, well, how I have understood it is that they print it when someone buys, and then they just print it. So
Just in time. Yes.
yeah, so
Fantastic.
I just wait for my paycheck after like every quarter. They pay four times a year after every quarter.
Fantastic. And in social media, you're found in Instagram, I believe, and
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Ultimate Language Notebook is the name, and the homepage is also www.ultimatelanguagenotebook.com.
fantastic. That's a great example of a person who never stops.
Yeah,
From
thank
a
you.
trip to Canary Islands down to 20 books today,
Yeah,
expecting to write 100 and reproduce to thousands of books.
yeah.
So I really wish you all the best in this production, and we will definitely look forward to catch up with you in the future, because I believe there are so many people who can do what you're doing in very many different ways, or who can complement what you're doing. And with your story, I'm sure you have also inspired so many people. We thank you very much for now, and we will definitely be in contact.
Thank you, Conrad.
Yeah, thanks a
See
lot,
you
Chris.
in the future again.
Definitely. We will never stop following.